What are you doing?
I regret nothing!
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly show you how to use spray paints. If you do hear any noise in the background, I do apologise. I do have a mini woodland shielding me from most of the road noise, but you got a lot of birds kicking up a noise because there's a red kite flying about and it's just been chased off by 2 crows. But yeah, back to this. So it is a little bit cheating, but it saves a lot of time for those people who don't have a lot of time like myself and are struggling to keep up with the painting side of the subscription. This is a quick way of getting that base coat on, because let's face it, that takes the longest part, right? You know, like doing the details and everything is okay, but doing the base coat with a regular sized brush, or even the larger brushes that you get later on in the issues, can be a bit of a struggle, because you have to do quite a few coats just to get a nice even covering. But anyway, I digress. I got myself a can of Death Guard green. Don't worry, you don't need to put any like black or grey or white undercoat. You can just spray this straight on and it does exactly the same job as the undercoat stuff. It holds to the plastic nicely and it provides a good base. I would suggest though that once you have done this, just do a very quick thin coat of the regular pot paint, because the texture is slightly different. Well, not the texture, but the finish is slightly different from the pot paint. So I would advise to do the same if you were painting black and use this black undercoat spray, and the same with the white. But anyway, so you've got to make sure you give it a real good shake. Make sure you have some kind of box to spray it in so you don't get the spray paint everywhere. If you're outside, that's even better, so like me. Ooh. And hello. And yeah, what you want to do is make sure that you give it a real good shake. It's not cold outside, or it's not too hot, because that can affect spray and the setting effect. If it's too cold, you might get a frosting effect, and if it's too hot, I think it just dries as you spray it, and you end up with like lots of bits and bobs, which isn't bad for Death Guard, but you certainly don't want it on your miniature. So we're just giving it a good spray. If you have gloves, you can wear those, but I'm used to getting this on my fingers here. So what we want to do is get a good distance away. It says on the tin about 30 centimeters, so one of those old school rulers, which is about 7 inches. And yeah, what you do is you just do some light sprays like that, and you're done. Literally, that's it. And you just turn it around, do a couple more, do it in spurts, and always do it in a direction, an even direction. You don't want to just spray hard on like that, because then you end up with too much paint. You want to just do a nice drive-by effect, and then you do the same on the back. And always remove all the loose bits as well that don't have to be on it until after you've done the job, and then you let it dry. It literally only takes 5 minutes to dry, but you know, you can leave it a bit longer if you're unsure. And that's it. I'm going to spray underneath. I really don't need to spray underneath, but there you go, it's that easy. So remember, you just have to do that little coat with the brush once it's dry and set, and make sure you have a good light so that you can see where you've missed. The back there just needs just a little bit there. Alright, so that's with tanks. I'll put that to one side. You do a similar thing with troops, though I would suggest you put them on a more raised platform or some kind. If you've got like an old bit of wood, actually I might do that. So yeah, anyway, so you can put it on a raised thing, but what I do is I get a bit of blue tack like that, pop it on the base, I've got an old Pringle tube that I cut the bottom off, and it's really good for getting like several rows of miniatures on there, and you stagger them. Oh, the outside light went. As I was saying, so what you do, pop it on there, right? And what's great about this is that you can then get at all the angles like that, and you don't even have to get your hands dirty. So, switch over to the McCrack Blue. So do a couple of test sprays because it's a brand new can. And what you do, keeping the box in a way, you just do little passes like that. And then one on the top. And then angle it so you get the bottom. It seems really inefficient to do this for one guy, but if you were doing a whole squad of 5 or 10 even, because you could stagger them around, then it's a lot more efficient way of doing it, because you just spray in a line, turn, spray in a line, turn, spray in a line, and repeat. So that's that really. So let me know what you guys think on that. As I said before, it depends on how you're painting your models. It depends what you use as the base. I'd always suggest using the majority color, but if you're going to brush paint the whole model, and you want a certain effect with those paints that you use, then that depends on what base coat you use. So for quick and easy ultramarines, that blue spray does the job, same as this one for the Death Guard. But if you want to do a nice colourful thing, then I would suggest using grey as a neutral background, or white to brighten those colours. If you want something that's a bit darker, or if you're going for more black tones or darker tones, then do the Abaddon Black. No, it's not Abaddon Black, it's Chaos Black base coat. And that's that really. Just remember that if you are leaving the larger areas of that colour on the model, then you might want to go over with the pot paint, just so if you make any mistakes and you paint over those mistakes, then you don't get a slight deviation in the effect that you get, because as I said before, this is a much more matte effect, where the pot paints give a bit more of a shiny effect. And that's that. So before it gets too dark, thank you very much, and I hope you guys learned something in this video. And I know in the beginning I said that I was going to do exactly how the magazine says to do it, and in this way I'm not deviating too much. It's just the base colour, but it saves so much time, and for those who don't have that much time, it's a godsend. So I should have done it in the beginning, to be honest, but I was a bit stubborn. But this does mean I'll get these videos out a lot quicker, and I'll spend a lot less time doing those base coats. So thank you very much for joining me. Remember, subscribe, click that little button, the bell icon next to it, so you get all the notifications of further videos. And do remember to like, share, probably a comment down below about what you think, if you think it's cheating or not, or if you think it's just sound advice. And yeah, I look forward to what you guys are up to, so make sure you share your stuff. Social media links in the bottom as well, in the comments, so not in the comments, in the description. So yeah, go for it.